What's up? What's up? What's up? Your boy Domuto. Domuto, we back. I know I said my intro wrong, didn't I? What's up? What's up? It's your boy Domo Domuto, and we're back with another video. Today we're watching Beyond Dragon Ball Super: The Grand Priest Imprisoned. Shadow Demon Vegeta unleashed against Vegeta. Okay. Shout out to UnrealEntGaming, and we about to get into this. You know what I'm saying? The Grand Priest in prison. How the fuck they pull that off? That boy, the Grand Priest, too strong. But we'll see how he does it. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
As our story now continues inside of the hyperbolic time chamber, with all four Dark Masters seemingly now gathering together and finally having to use the Super Dragon Balls to make their wish, with their giant Leviathan standing behind the time chamber as Toro positions himself to get ready to use the Dragon Balls, was when Toro then went on to respond, "Gather together, Dark Lords, for the time of great change is finally upon us, as from here on, we will go and use the Super Dragon Balls during each rotation that we get, and ensure that they remain intact before they are able to scatter away, so that way we can use the time chamber's recharge time to go and use them again. So we will go and hold them together for as long as we can, so that way we can get as much out of these Super Dragon Balls that we possibly can, as I will need you all to pay very close attention and not lose your focus during each of our wishes, understood? For there are several things that must be carried out before we are able to set Master Raijin free from his prison." With Dark Master Bakaro responding, "Then we will make the most of this extremely rich opportunity to ensure that we get the most out of this moment, Lord Toro." "Indeed, for they wait for us, Dark Lord. So in the meantime, do not forget about the plan, nor waver in case something goes wrong. For we must ensure that everything goes according to our plan, especially with our first wish, understood? For we will start with the biggest thorns at our side and work our way down until we are able to set Lord Raijin free. Got it? Because as long as we remain hidden and away from their watchful eye is where we will hold the upper hand," Toro continues. "And while we do, the entire multiverse will soon be within our reach, for our expansion draws near," Toro went on to then add. "And with one of the many Leviathans here to ensure us that the Super Dragon Balls will remain under our control, then let us begin the summoning process and start using them now." With Dark Master Jogo having to chime in, "Yes, for let us proceed and change the landscape of the entire multiverse once and for all." With Toro having to then shout, "Then let us move, for our time has finally arrived."
Okay.
"And now, Almighty Eternal Dragon, your presence is required. Now come forth, Almighty Dragon God, and grant us our wish." Pretty peas. In which within that very moment, as the Super Dragon was now beginning to form and having to exit from the Dragon Balls, was when the Dark Master Gira went on to chime in, "Amazing, just look at the size of this creature simply by emerging from those condensed yet still massive Super Dragon Balls. Well, either way, let us hope that all goes according to our will once we are able to make our wish." With Dark Master Jogo responding, "Then let us be patient and see how this will go, Lord Gira, for the last thing that this dragon will want is to have us turn against it." In which moments later, with the Super Dragon now having to oversee both the Dark Masters and the Leviathan standing in the time chamber, was when the Super Dragon went on to then respond, "You who have gathered all 7 of the Super Dragon Balls, what is your wish? Speak now, for I will grant them." "So this is the almighty and all-powerful Supreme Dragon," Dark Master Bakaro went on to comment. "What an incredible sight to behold, but we must not waste this small window that we have while it's here to make our move, Dark Ones." "I agree," Toro responds, "but first we must go about by not freeing Lord Raijin so quickly, for if his presence were to be felt by the gods, then they will surely come swooping down and try to put an end to our plans." With Gira responding, "Then shall we go and do something about the Grand Priest and Omni Kings first, since they would pose the biggest threat to our plans?" With Bakara chiming in, "Yes, I agree, for the lower gods are the least of our concern here, Lord Toro." With Toro responding, "Right, then that is what we'll go and do. And so, all right now, Dragon. Our first wish is to abolish the Omni Kings from every plane of existence and getting rid of them forever. As we wish for the
Super Dragon Ball got that type of power?
of the Omni Kings
I mean, it's powerful, but damn.
Pretty peas. Your wish to destroy the Omni
About to
Kings
say, yeah.
and rid them from the pages of history, the Super Dragon responds, cannot be granted. With the Dark Masters left in shock, with Gira having to then ask, wait, but what? The wish cannot be granted? But why? How could that even be? With Toro putting into question, but that's impossible. Why can't our wish be granted if you are said to have the ability to grant any wish that anyone may desire? We demand answers as to why this can't be done.
The Super Dragon was like, who the fuck you think I am?
So while the Omni Kings remain omnipotent, the Super Dragon responds, they are beings who transcend the very nature of both space and time itself without any limitation placed on them which prevents them from further doing as they please. For they are not bound by the same laws and conditions that govern other beings, the dragon continues, as their very will is the law of the cosmos and their existence is synonymous with the very existence of reality itself. The Omni Kings are not mere beings who exist within any specific realm, but they are rather the very architects of its existence, as their authority is absolute, encompassing all realms, dimensions, and entities who stand before him, including me despite my power, the dragon continues. Simply put, the Omni Kings can destroy themselves if they so choose, and while having you wish for them to be destroyed is simply too vast and goes far beyond my ability to have this wish be granted for you, with Toro responding, oh, but how can that be? And so only an equal Omni power that is identical to theirs can do it? And so those little worms just can't be wished away? But there must be something that we can do in order to rid them of our troubles before Lord Raigen's arrival, for we must find a way to get rid of them for good, and we must do it now, with Dark Master Jogo responding, perhaps while we wait and think of another way of removing the Omni Kings from this equation, we should shift our focus onto doing something about that pesky Grand Priest and those guards who watch over the Omni Kings, with Toro responding, yes, but of course, they too pose a very big risk to our grand plan if something isn't done about them.
Okay.
Alright, Dragon, we wish for the imprisonment and permanent seal of both the Grand Priest and the Omni Guards right now. We demand for them to be removed and placed within the prison realm at once, with the Super Dragon responding, your wish to seal away the Grand Priest along with the two Omni Guards who watch over the Omni Kings shall be granted. As during this time when venturing on over inside of the Omni King's palace, in seeing as to how the Grand Priest was playing red light, green light, 1, 2, 3 with the Omni Kings, was when the Omni Kings they went on to respond, alright, we're about to start now, so you better be ready because this time we're gonna get ya. So here we go, you ready? Red light, green light, 1, 2, 3. Oh, he's not moving, the Omni Kings went on to then both say. Are you sure he didn't move, the present Omni King asks, with the future Omni King responding, no, I didn't, but the Grand Priest is really good at this, so let's hurry it up and try again. Let's go, let's go. Well, I will say that I do believe that thus far, the Grand Priest went on to respond, that I am the one who is in the lead here, sire, so shall we go again? Okay, but this time you're going down and you know it, both of the Omni Kings
You wanna
respond.
get these childish ass
Get
niggas
ready,
this?
because we're going to totally catch you this time and you know it, so here goes.
These niggas are the fate of
Red
resistance.
light, green light, 1, 2, 3. Wait, did he move? Did we get him this time or were we too late? Oh, well, let's just hurry and keep trying then. Alright, now you've done it, Grand Minister, because this time we're going to catch you for sure. So here goes nothing. Red light, green light, 1, 2, 3. Hey, he's gone, the Omni Kings utter. But where did he go? With the future Omni King questioning, do you think he's hiding from us somewhere? I don't know, the present Omni King responds. He just vanished from out of nowhere, but where did he go? As within this time, with an unsuspecting Grand Priest now shown being teleported within the prison dimension, was when the Grand Priest went on to then question, what is this? Why and how was I just brought here? And this realm? Wait, I remember this place, for this is the prison dimension. But why was I brought here, and more importantly, by whom, the Grand Priest went on to question? For something's not right, as I am not supposed to be here, and so I must hurry and return to the Omni Kings immediately. But then, it was just before the Grand Priest could even go as far as to act, where from out of nowhere, a metal straitjacket was then shown appearing onto his body, as the Grand Priest went on
damn,
to
he got his
shout,
ass.
what? This suit? Angelic containment armor? No, I must hurry and... But once again, before the Grand Priest couldn't act, in making any sort of change was when a mask was then shown forming around his face, as the Grand Priest went on to then say to himself, "I can't move my body, but how could this be? For there is no mortal god or angel who could have done this unless... But of course, this must have been the result of someone using the Super Dragon Balls to do it. But who?" the Grand Priest questioned, and from the looks of it, they have summoned a sealing ritual to trap me. For I must try and attempt to break free from these chains in this armor before it's too late, for I can't run the risk of leaving the Omni Kings all alone without me there to watch over them. I must still try. As the Omni Guards from out of nowhere then surprisingly enough went on to address the Grand Priest by responding, "Almighty Grand Minister, can you hear us? We are here with you, but we can't move. We are sorry, Your Majesty, but we cannot do anything to help you, for we are trapped too." "No, not you too," the Grand Priest then went on to respond. "Then what that just means that with the both of you sealed in this realm with me, the Omni Kings therefore remain alone and unattended. But worry not, fellow guards, for I will find a way to break out of these chains and set you both free so that we may return to the Omni Kings at once." But even with the two Omni Guards and the Grand Priest attempting to shake their way out of this was when Toro went on to then respond, "Tell us now then, Dragon, is it done? Were we able to do away with the Grand Priest and those Omni Guards who protect the Omni Kings? We want to know the results of our wish right now, so now tell us." With Super Shenron responding, "Your wish was successful, for the Omni Guards along with the Grand Priest have been locked away and sealed within the prison realm, where they shall remain and slumber in until the seal is undone or broken for them to be set free. For they will also remain restricted from using their powers in any way to break free, unless the wish were to somehow be reversed or undone by those who wish to set them free." With Toro responding, "Excellent. And with those three locked away and out of our way, their empire will slowly start to deteriorate without them being around to do anything to stop it.
They got their
Prisons
ass.
were always known to be inescapable, and since this is a realm that the Grand Priest had created to keep those who have been deemed as guilty locked away for all of time, then what better way to make use of that place than by locking them all away instead?" In which within that very moment, as both Omni Guards and the Grand Priest were now slowly being shown going to sleep, was when Toro then went on to continue, "And now that they are out of the way, this just leaves us now to deal with the Omni Kings, for we must figure out of a way to set them aside before we wish for Lord Raijin to return. Because either way, with them out of the way, there will be nothing and
they get put to sleep too?
our way of stopping us." With the Super Dragon responding, "And now that I have granted your wish, I hereby bid you a farewell." With Gira quickly responding, "Oh no, hurry, Dark Lords, before the Super Dragon Balls scatter away, we must go and bind them in place while we still can." "Yes, and now, Leviathan," Toro went on to shout, "grab hold of all 7 of those Super Dragon Balls by using the binding chains right now." In which, back within the hyperbolic time chamber, with the giant Leviathan now shown using the binding chains and wrapping them around the Super Dragon Balls, was when Toro then went on to continue, "Do not let them escape our grasp, and so grab hold of them and remain in place until we have claimed them all again." Yes, that's right. Now with our magic, hold them all in place, Dark Lords, for it is almost done. Steady. There we go. For they are finally all stable and ready to be used once their recharge time has been completed. Wonderful. And now we wait. With Jogo responding, "But how long do we have to wait until we are able to use the Super Dragon Balls again?" With Toro responding, "Not long at all, in fact, for while they're in here, it'll only take about 3 hours per turn before we are able to reuse them again, and so goes the rest." And while we wait, Toro continues, "We must think that if the Omni Kings cannot be erased through the power of the Super Dragon Balls, then the next best option is to find a way to permanently immobilize them without engaging them. And so for as long as the main gods are taken out of this
they really got this plan going right now, bro. I'm sorry if I'm not saying nothing, like, I'm just like really into the story. They got the Grand Priest and everything.
And so we must think of a way on how to get rid of them once the 3-hour time limit comes to an end. So let us consult." As even in the meantime, while this was shown happening, when then venturing on over throughout the multiverse and first having to visit Universe 1, was when we then began to see an example of the demons having to make their move all throughout the multiverse, as Angel Owama went on to respond, "Well, would you look at that, you went and set another record for yourself, Lord Iwan, for you are currently at 997,584,963 inverted push-ups, sire. And as I am starting to wonder on how many more of these you have left, and as I'm starting to now wonder on how many more of these you have left, do you not wish to go and take a water break, my lord? With God of Destruction Iwan responding, I still have plenty more of these left in the tank, Owamo, so just keep counting and don't let this distract you. I will reach 1 billion if it's the last thing that I do, unless I lose balance. And so I hope you're keeping track over there, Owamo, as unbeknownst to an unsuspecting Iwan with a hand now shown having to slowly reach on out from a portal, was where the God of Destruction Iwan continued to do his push-ups without having to realize, as Iwan went on to then continue, because I'll go and say that no other God of Destruction among the bunch will ever out-push up me, and especially not without taking a few water breaks in between, with Iwamo having to respond, now hold on there just a minute, and just where in the world did that hand just appear from, as Iwano went on to then respond, hey, are you counting, Owamo? You better be marking down those numbers so that way I don't lose track of what the... There we are, that's all that we need, so thank you very much, you silly little furry god, the demon went on to respond.
Damn, he on your ass.
On the hand being shown plucking a small hair from Iwan's head and causing Iwan to fall on down was when Iwan then went on to shout, oh, hey, what gives? I was just about to go and set another record, Owamo, you ruined it! So goodness, are you okay, Lord Iwan? That wasn't me who just touched you just now, for did you not happen to see on what just happened with Iwan having to question, wait, no, what do you mean?
As an angel, you so didn't react in time, Mr. Ultra Instinct.
I didn't sense any visitors come here, with Angel Owamo chiming in, well, I'm not quite sure, but if my memory serves me correct, then I think that whatever that was just now had a
motherfucker just let the motherfucking
dimension, Lord Iwan.
motherfucker just let the fucking hand just touch his God of Destruction. Like, what kind of angel is you?
As to why this was when Demon Sugami went on to then question, tell me, were you able to retrieve a sample from Universe 1's destroyer for me to use, Gimo? I trust that you have.
The fuck is that?
Demon Gimo responding, we did, though we had to keep our distance and wait for the right time to snatch a piece of his hair. Nevertheless, we have what you've been longing for, Sugami, for we hope that this will be of great use to us in your experiments, with Demon Sugami responding, excellent work, Demon, for this will most definitely come in handy in creating the ultimate god hybrid. But I still require more samples from the other remaining gods of destruction, so in order for this to work, I would need for you to collect the last remaining samples from the gods whom you have not visited in order for my creation to be brought to life. Do this and do not fail me, Gimo, for once Lord Raijin returns, I want him to see the fruits of our efforts, so go and collect whatever you can get your hands on, whether that be hair, blood, skin, energy, or anything that you could for this to work. Now go. Understood, as we will not let any of you down, Doctor, for we know exactly as to where we will go next, with Demon Sugami having to then say to himself, good, yes, very good, as we will soon have our own personal weapon that will counter each and every single one of those gods of destruction, and especially if the Dark Masters and Lord Raijin would already have their hands full elsewhere. But in order for this to work, I will need 12 samples from each and every single one of those 12 gods of destruction for this to become a reality. And as I have no doubt that we will have everything that we will need in order to make this all work in the end, Sugami continues. And as Lord Toro had instructed for me to go out and design the ultimate counter to a god of destruction, and I will make them more than what they have asked for me to provide, and as I will create a demon destroyer who goes far beyond all 12 gods of destruction.
Damn.
For we will forge an unbeatable army with some demons channeling the very nature of those whom we sample it off of. Yes, and once we do, there will be no one left who will be able to stand in our way again. In which, in the meantime, when then venturing back on over to Beerus' planet and now seeing the demon Oru go after Vegeta, was when Haas went on to then shout, that's right, now go and tear that mortal Saiyan into pieces so that way we can go and collect what we came here to collect by running burning through that god of destruction. But Vegeta, on the other hand, did not seem as though he was sweating Oru at all, as Demon Oru went on to then respond, "It would be wise to accept your fate rather than resist, because you won't be able to beat me, and you know it's mortal. Not a chance, Demon. You've lost your mind if you think that I'll just give in to the likes of you. So you better not disappoint me by having that low-level demon be what does you in," Vegeta, Beerus went on to shout. "Now go and make him pay for his disrespectful remarks, Vegeta," as Oru then went on to respond, "The Dark Masters have entrusted us to do what we must in order to make sure that all goes according to their plan. And we will make sure to do everything within our power to make sure that we get it done, even if it means having to rip right through you in order to make it happen." In which, within the heat of battle, as Vegeta was shown having to avoid each and every single one of Oru's strikes until Oru was able to wrap his tail around Vegeta's leg and having to make him fall, was when the Demon Oru had now seized this opportunity and having to take advantage of this, as Demon Haas went on to then continue, "Yes, just like that, Oru, but be careful against him, for this Saiyan was regarded as being one of the more aggressive ones of the bunch, so watch his movements. This one doesn't look so tough to me, Haas, so where is all of that power that you said this warrior would have, because I don't see it within
Make
him.
Vegeta fuck him up, bro.
The same." Oru then went on to continue by smashing down on Vegeta, "And very soon, the Dark Masters will have their way with you all once they plunge your world into darkness." But then, it was only from out of nowhere now, with Vegeta shown having to transform into a Super Saiyan and knocking Oru off of his body, was when Haas then went on to respond, "Oh, damn it, I forgot that these Saiyans have the ability to transform. Oh, I should have expected as much." Oru then went on to respond, "For his power has completely changed compared to what it was before. Did you demons truly think that you'd be able to come down onto a world like this and expect for there not to be any resistance against you?" Vegeta then went on to question. "Well, you were wrong, because we aren't going to be pushed around nor threatened by the likes of you and your kind," Vegeta went on to then attack Oru. "Demon or otherwise, I am sick of having to deal with this entire situation, and therefore, I am going to go and put a stop to it myself if I need to." "Oh, don't let him get inside of your head, Oru. The Dark Masters made it clear on what the mission is, and so now go and take this Saiyan down now." In which, even despite with Oru attempting to reach Vegeta, with Vegeta being shown having to lean out of the way, was when Oru then went on to continue, "Bro, you could never face off against us demons and live to tell about it. For mark my words, you will be crushed before you ever had the chance to even try." But Vegeta, on the other hand, was not having it, because despite with Oru attempting to attack Vegeta, with Vegeta being shown slamming Oru down onto the ground, was when Vegeta then went on to respond, "Then why don't you go and do something that will put me in my place if you can, demon? Because if you're on some kind of a mission on reaching Universe 7's God of Destruction, then why are you having such a tough time in getting past me then?" "Well, I could tell you as to why that is," Vegeta continues. "It's because you are all weak. You demons can't possibly expect to compete against the likes of us and think that you can win with laughable power like that, do you? For I will smash your body into pieces and send you back to your masters in a pool of your own blood, demon. Now watch as I will go and do just that." To which, as Demon Haas was then shown reaching on behind them in the portals, when Haas then went on to respond, "Oh, curse that Saiyan. He's a lot tougher than what we gave this mortal credit for, as it looks like he's going to leave me with no other choice than to have to go with Plan B that was given to me by Dr. Sugami in case things were to get a little messy here. Now where is it? For if we were to gather any kind of sample from that God of Destruction, then we must hurry before they're able to do anything to stop us. Yes, there it is. So it's better to be safe than it is to be sorry," Haas went on to pull out a vial by responding. "And in the case of that Saiyan over there, well, I'm not sorry about anything. So cheers to ya, Mr. Mighty Mortal of the 7th Universe. Because if you thought that we would go and make this easy on you, then you thought wrong, and so this will be the price that you will have to go and pay." And so now let's just see what Dr. Sugami had been cooking up in that laboratory down there while splicing this mortal's DNA. Which, the best part about it all will be the fool won't even know what hit him. Strange. Now what is that annoying little demon up to over there, Beerus went on to question. Because I can tell that without a shadow of a doubt, they're plotting something. And so now what exactly was inside of that little vial container container that the ugly little one over there went and smashed onto the floor of my planet. For I know that whatever that might be can't be good, Beerus continues. And unless Vegeta decides to take his sweet time by destroying these creatures, then I'll have to step in and do it myself if necessary. As over on the other side, with Vegeta shown having to continuously smash his foot down on Oru's head, was when Vegeta then went on to continue, "You are all so pathetic that it almost feels insulting for me to waste my time on such weaklings. And because I feel as though my time is being disrespected, I am going to continue to kick your head in until your brain, assuming that you even have one, is spilled all over the ground, demon. Maybe at least then you'll be able to fully comprehend the errors of your mistakes, as you and your kind will never measure up to the might of a Saiyan, you parasites. Now crawl back into the hole that you came from." But then, it was just from out of nowhere, with Oro being shown grabbing onto Vegeta's leg before Vegeta was able to make contact, was when Oro then went on to respond, "You foolish Saiyan, you clearly aren't as bright as I feared that you would be, which is ironically fortunate for us because you won't even be able to see what hits you when it does. So can you feel it, mortal?" With Haas having to laugh by responding, "Such naive simpletons these daywalkers in this universe are, for little do they know of the real dangers that they all have coming their way. And since they don't know, now we'll wait and see on how this will
let's see
all
Vegeta get his
turn out
ass
in a
whooped.
matter of a few moments." "Oh really?" Vegeta questions, "and just what in the world are you babbling about, demon? What do you mean by not be able to see it when it hits you? What are you plotting, you worm? For you better start talking right now." But then, it was only just from out of nowhere, with Vegeta being shown getting kicked in the face, was when Oro then went on to quickly respond, "Oh, don't you worry, cause you're about to find out." With Haas chiming in, "You know, you really shouldn't go and express such overconfidence without first having to understand what it is that you're going up against, Saiyan, cause now you're in for it." Now, maybe my eyes aren't as good as they used to be, Beerus went on to respond to Vegeta.
Right.
But is that you over there that's standing on the other side, Vegeta? Because whatever that was that just hit you is now standing right over there, and it looks just like you, Saiyan. With Vegeta responding, "No, what the heck is that? No, there's no way that what I'm looking at right now is actually real. But how?" In which, from out of nowhere now, standing before Vegeta, was the first time that Vegeta ever had a glimpse in having to bear witness to his own shadow demon, as Demon Oro went on to then respond, "You fight with the confidence of a man who has never considered his own downfall, but we demons have watched and learned within the shadows in identifying the weaknesses that come with such arrogance, as in the end, it will be your own strength and your own blood that will seal your fate. So now do you see?" With Demon Haas having to chime in, "And in your arrogance, you were too blind to see that we went and created a much stronger and far more superior version of you that will most definitely be far more useful in tearing right through you before reaching Lord Beerus." In which, in the meantime, when then venturing back on over inside of the hyperbolic time chamber and seeing the Super Dragon be brought out yet again, was when the Super Dragon then went on to respond, "You who have gathered all 7 of the Super Dragon Balls, what is your wish? Speak now. What will you want your wish to be for me to grant?" With Gira having to then shout, "Yes, now is the time, Dark Lords. Let us begin by bringing back the fallen angel Murno as our servants first. For this should be our second of many wishes." With Toro having to then shout, "Then it shall be, for we wish to revive the fallen angel who was destroyed that went by the name Murno. For we wish for his resurrection now immediately." With the Super Dragon then responding, "To resurrect the one who you refer to as the fallen angel Murno presents a far greater challenge than one may assume, for it is a very complex wish to grant. For as the complexity of your wish lies in the fundamental nature of how Murno was erased, for it was an act that had been carried out by the very forces that govern the principles of our universe," the Super Dragon continues, "as such a request was made prohibited and stands as an irreversible request to grant. For this order of command was passed down by Zalama the Dragon God, the Grand Priest, and the Omni Kings themselves." Wait, say what? Toro then went on to shout, "The wish can't be granted? But how could the wish be irreversible?" With even Dark Master Bakara responding, "But that can't be. How could the Eternal Dragon not be able to grant our wish. And to further add, the Super Dragon then continues, Murno's erasure by the Grand Priest was an exercise of divine power that had severed the angel completely from the continuum of existence itself. For this level of eradication is so profound and complete that it nullifies any possibilities of resurrection, for Murno's body along with his soul could never be restored into existence again, as this order is passed directly down from the Great Kings themselves, so therefore your request is null and void. Now,
well,
what is your next wish? Interesting, so his soul along with his body could never be brought back into existence, huh? Toro questions? But there must be some kind of way to bypass this. And if Murno can't be wished back to life, then there must be something else that can be done, for we still have a few more things to take care of before wishing for Master Raijin to be freed. If I can make a suggestion, Lord Toro, Dark Master Jogo went on to grab onto Toro by responding, for we might want to consider increasing our numbers from within our army, but not only by resurrecting the previously destroyed demons, but by enhancing our most powerful demons and having them reach new levels of power, my lord, with Toro responding, actually, come to think of it, this may in fact work. Alright then, Dragon, here is our next wish, for we wish to resurrect and strengthen our ever-growing army within the demon realm by maximizing the strength of our most powerful demons, Toro shouts. Grant us our wish and strengthen our numbers from within the demon realm at once. Pretty peas. Your wish to resurrect those who have fallen and strengthen your most powerful demons within the demon realm shall be granted. Over within the demon realm as newer and
these niggas about to crash out.
From the ground was when Toro then went on to continue.
They about to do some wild shit.
Everything is going exactly as we had foreseen, as with our numbers doubling and continuing to grow one by one.
I don't even know how they gonna win this one.
What we've been looking for, and soon, once Master Raijin is freed, is when the multiverse will come to a complete standstill, as it was only right then and there now during that moment.
I don't know how they gonna win this one. I don't even know.
Story of the Dark Masters, the official Murno sequel, manga chapter number 10 special, then comes to a close. Now you can make no mistake about the fact that number one, it would only now appear as though the demon scientist Sugami is seemingly plotting behind the gods of destruction, in not only going as far as to send down multiple demons scattered all throughout the multiverse in collecting samples directly from these destroyers, but one could only go as far as to imagine as to what the Dark Masters had ordered for Sugami to create while they're away and having to use the Super Dragon Balls, on top of the overall fact of the Dark Masters being shown utilizing their first wish by locking away the Grand Priest and the Omni Guards. You can only imagine as to all of the chaos.
Man, shout out to UnrealEntGaming. I don't know. The way this story going, I don't know how the fuck they gonna win this battle. Goku and them. I don't know how they win this battle. Grand Priest got cooked. Zeno about to get cooked. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know, man. Either way, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Check out the last chapter right here, and check out another Dragon Ball story right here, man. Yeah. I'll catch y'all next time, bruh. Peace.